We are definitely at Hili Fun City, and this is in El Ain. We had to drive an hour and like 30 minutes to get here from Dubai.
Mhm.
Well, let's check it out. So this is one of those theme parks that is well off the beaten path. It I wouldn't be surprised if there's only 10 people here in the park right now. There is just nobody here. We fully expect to only do like 1 or 2 rides and then leave. Look at this thing. That is one old looking merry-go-round. I wonder what the bathrooms look like in case you're curious. So they do have like hand sanitizer or soap and towels and water. So yeah. This cat might have more, or this park might have more cats than humans right now. There's just so many cats everywhere. Check out all the rides that they have here. No, thank you. Wow. Oh, they have like or had a water fountain over here. I see some spray jets over there. Over here, at one point, they might have had bumper boats. This looks like a bumper boat area. Yeah, random teacup with geese on it. They have another water area. And then this time there's swan boats over here. You can see them over there. This place is definitely unique. They have an art palace cafeteria here. I think I see the coaster back there. They do have a coaster here, one at least, maybe 2. I did see tracks over there. Look at this old boat swing ride over here. I don't think that this one is working. Random boarded up archway down there with stairs leading to it. Very disgusting looking water. I think this is a train track to our left. I think it is, yeah, that's a train track. This place is super interesting. Happy Valley and Zhangjiang Action Park we went to have nothing on this in terms of like creepiness in a way, because we're like the only ones here. You know, Happy Valley was actually a big like regional chain park, whereas this one, very small. This is what their drinking water looks like. Very interesting. It's hard to tell if this place like is abandoned or not, because it just looks abandoned. Definitely has not gotten funds for any improvements in a while, sadly. Going over a bridge right now. It's definitely not ADA approved. It is a very steep in parts. And we can see the remnants of the coaster over there that we gotta get to. So sadly, we were just told that this coaster is not running right now. I think they had a second coaster, because this isn't the one I remember seeing. But, I mean, look at that. That is definitely an old looking coaster with a loop there. There might be a very good reason why that coaster is closed. But it just might not be safe anymore. They have some old dinosaurs over here. Just like random holes in the dinosaurs. Very interesting. This is what the park looks like, wow. So we're gonna be doing a loop on this path. No idea where it goes. Just assuming it goes somewhere. I got some very pretty yellow flowers here that Crystal's a fan of, because I also have like beans growing down from them. That wall is definitely falling apart over there. Oh man, there is a rust out the wazoo on this coaster. Yeah, it is probably defunct. Here are 2 more of the rides that they have over here. Tiny bike one that spins in a circle, and this tiny one that spins in a circle, but the other way, vertical circle. I don't think these train tracks have been used for quite some time. Crystal likes trains, so a train would have been good. Telling Crystal how they have this like mini train here that's more like a Disney tram, and like, oh yeah, we'll do it. It's missing a wheel and it's on cinder blocks right now, so we won't be doing that. Also, like, just look at all this, like, unused buildings that are just, like, left abandoned. This one has a giant hole in it. Look at that. I wish we were more daring and would just, like, wander into it, but I don't want to be arrested in United Arab Emirates. So when we first wanted to come here, we thought it wouldn't be this abandoned. It's definitely way worse than we thought. We thought it'd be just some small theme park, you know, maybe has its issues. You know, all theme parks have issues, but this one, interesting. Looks like they have an old go-kart track right there. Oh, that's a 5D building. Good night, Crystal. I guess I might have a show there. Also, whoever designed this road that like goes around the park did a terrible job at it. It doesn't like interact with other parts of the park easily, where we don't know how far we have to go to like turn around. This is like missing your exit and having to go 3 miles to get back to the exit you wanted. That's what this feels like. There's more abandoned stuff on the right. Might have been like a parking lot for something. Maybe a mosque over there. More train tracks here. Train tracks link up here. There's a whole bunch of space that has been like made to look good and then abandoned. So this is what the go-kart track looks like. I don't think it's working either. I don't see any go-karts, and I mean, I don't really see any track anymore. I'm seeing what looks like a mini train, or maybe some electrified like off-road like tiny cars, like a vintage cars track here. All right, we're crossing back into the middle of the park. We just felt real awkward on that one path. So that's the vintage car ride, we believe. And in front of us over here, this is a stadium. I'm seeing some like seats. Do you see that? Yeah. So some sort of like stadium over here. Looks like they have like a soccer field here. It's mowed in some very interesting patterns. What their trash cans look like, in case you're curious. So they do have decently looking trash cans. So this is the vintage car ride. I do believe it is running. I'm hearing kids. So we're gonna get, oh yeah, there's a vintage car. First ride of our trip is gonna be called Sinbad's Farm. It's real interesting, I will tell you that much. Look at this. This entrance is so faded. Let's do it though. Oh, it does? Just pointing something out. So this entrance says ladies only here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. And this entrance over here says families and gents. So it's interesting that they have the distinction. All right, so we got on the ride. You actually don't need somebody in the driver's seat. It's an automatic ride. And you know them? I'll give them props. This seems like a very long vintage car ride, unlike some parks we've been to.
That's pretty smooth. So
yeah.
Far. Well shaded.
Mm-hmm.
It goes over what, like their watering system, which is interesting.
Yeah. Power cables on the right.
Cats coming up from the front.
Oh, the cats are having a fight over here, it looks like. They're like about to hiss. Oh.
My tree, no, my tree. Birdies up on the right, fires.
Yeah. Hey, birdies. This is the most interesting POV we've ever done. So far. it'll only get more crazy. The bird's like following us. Some rabbit figures on the right. Yeah, no, this is an excellent size. I think it was the Six Flags St. Louis antique cars we did where it's super tiny, so this is putting that to shame. It feels like her car's about to die. It is slowing down so much. I don't know, what if it did die, would we just walk off the ride? Oh god. Why is it dying? Okay, good. Oh man.
Good little car.
I was so worried there.
I think I can.
Oh, we're on a downhill portion. These are some cool looking birds. Camel milk over there. We're going on 5 minutes now that this ride has been running. This is a long vintage car. Now mind you, we thought it would slow down and break down halfway through, but I mean, it's still, this is a good ride. Alright, so we usually do an exit video after every ride, and this is no exception. This is a super long ride. I thought it was good.
I'm hearing something. What am I hearing?
Is that like music? I don't know what that is.
What is?
It sounds super large.
Hold on, we're gonna give you our thoughts.
And so that noise is coming from here, which is one of those rides that just spins you around in a circle. Classic carnival ride. It just sounded like a train.
Getting back to our review of this.
It was a long ride. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, I would almost consider going on it again.
Yeah.
I'm mostly just enjoying all the birds and stuff here. So I like that I can just like look at all the birds and things that are going around, or see the cats. And, you know, granted that's not the intended, you know, attraction part of it, but I still enjoy that.
Yeah. So moving on, we see a ton of playground equipment over here. A ton. But the reason why we might be wearing masks right now is we aren't really sure what the rules are here in Abu Dhabi, because this is part of Abu Dhabi. So we'd rather err on the caution side, the side of caution. So we're gonna leave our masks on throughout the video. Look at this cute ride. This is a tiny cars ride. We won't be able to fit on this ride, but it's a very cute ride. Hello. That's very cute. So we are on our way to a 5D cinema right now. It should be very interesting. So I'll try and remember to take a picture of it or something. But Crystal was saying how they had Marty painted on the side of that building. So that part was interesting. So I mean, parts of the park are very immaculate. Like, you could expect to find this at any like Cedar Fair park in a way. You know, row of nice trees, trimmed grass for the most part, sort of well taken care of bricks. I mean, this isn't bad. And then, of course, right ahead is just an abandoned building and a tunnel with a wall through it. Over here, it looks like they used to have a shooting game. I don't know. I assume they were using like BBs or something. Look at that. That's what it used to look like. Another cafeteria that they have. Ooh, it's good to know that this is a Pepsi park. They serve Pepsi products, not Coke. They have a whole bunch of Nutella containers that are just like scraped empty in here and kind of look nasty. The theater looked like, by the way, the seats. So that wasn't a bad movie. It was better than some other 3D or 4D movies we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely get the theme that they were going for. It felt to me very similar to pod racing on Tatooine. So I was actually kind of getting into that a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay.
And the seats had some good movement. We were just at Underworld the other day at Motion Gate, and their seats were very jerky. These were smooth in comparison, and they had those little like rubber things that fly up and like touch your feet and like scare you.
Rat-like things and other ones. I don't like those ever, but you know, I get why they're added.
They had strobe effects. They had mist effects. I mean, this is a good theater.
Yeah, this one's good.
Like they have another cafeteria over here. That's what the Jungle Gym looks like. We're headed back to the Cars ride. See Marty painted on the side there. Here's some more rides they have. The Alibaba, typical swing ride. Some more of the children's play equipment. So we're back near that one waterway with the teacups, and you can kind of see, oh, there's a random bear there. So there used to be a ride there because those are stairs. Interesting. So I don't think the merry-go-round's open. The door's open, but no attendant. So I'm gonna skip on that. But look at that elephant. That elephant looks cool. All right, so we're about to do this coaster. Hopefully, if it's open. I'm hearing gears, so I'm hoping it's open. This is their one coaster that's open. Other coaster was no longer running. All right, here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we're spinning. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm the only one who can do it. I'm spinning so fucking much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh, it keeps spinning! Oh my gosh! Oh, make it stop! Holy! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm gonna have a tough time walking straight for a second. Oh my god, there's so much spinning. Oh my god. The reason why there's so much spinning is perfectly imbalanced, me being the weight on the end since there's no one else here. This is what the vehicle looks like. All right, so Twister Mountain, that was fun. It's just like diorama, in my opinion.
Yeah, I only did it once. Brian just went and did it back to back. He did it once with me and then once on the edge because it can sit up to 4 people. So when we did it together, it was pretty balanced, pretty similar. But what about when you were on your own?
When I was on my own, it spun so much. I mean, you saw it in the video. It's just like, it was a lot of spinning. But yeah.
So is it better to do it on your own on the edge?
If you're into spinning, yes, do it alone on the edge. It's so much better. But yeah, fun coaster, you know, don't fly all the way over here to do it. But if you're here, happen to be here, why not?
Get the coaster credit.
They do have a bumper cars, and this was running. I mean, if you're into bumper cars, they have that. They also have this ride that spins around, in case you're into that too. So some bumper cars. Looks fun. Alright, here's the bumper cars. We're driving and filming. Those bumper cars were fun. If I didn't have to get off, you know, they would have let us probably just run on it for hours probably. It was a good time. And they went fast too. You got some real serious bumpage out of them. Crystal's in her little carriage and I'm on a horse. Let's do this merry-go-round. And there is a level 2. Although I didn't want to trust level 2, you know. I don't know if it's just meant for kids. We're on a merry-go-round. Overall, this has been kind of a fun park. You can tell that this was made with a lot of love when they put it in here, first installed it, you know. There's a lot of good designs on this merry-go-round. Look at this cool elephant that they got. That's a cool design. I've never seen something like that before. So, merry-go-round was cool. 2-story merry-go-rounds are always cool. Oh, the second story is actually marked off with caution tape. I just see that now. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad I didn't try and go up there. And right now we're gonna try and make some friends with some cats, because there's a good amount of cats here. Look at how big, small they are. Oh my gosh, it is so tiny. And you got one over here playing with something. Of course he's not gonna do. Oh, yep. I hope that's not something dead. It might be though. It does look furry. We are surrounded by cats on all. It's like, they're just like, are these humans gonna die and we're gonna eat them?
Is the one to the other side? Literal surrounded. Oh
my gosh, yes, we are surrounded. The one thing I have noticed about this park is it does start to get more busy when night falls. This park is open from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. There are special nights where it's open later and special nights where it's ladies only. But yeah, it does definitely start to get more busy now. Not crowded, mind you, but more busy a few hours after open.
Now, I don't think that we expected that today, because you might say like, oh, well, that's because when it's cooled down. But today was a cool day overall. Like, I think today's high was like 80. So it was a very cool day. So people should have been here at 4. Why not take advantage of the good weather?
Yes. This is probably what used to be their train station. I see train tracks on the left there. Train control station covered for when you're waiting for the train, I assume. And it looks like, yep, this is definitely a loading area for said train. It's one of the other rides that they have. Children only on this one. Alright, so we did a couple rides. All the rides we wanted to here. There's some rides that were open that we didn't want to do, but I mean, they're the typical carnival style rides. So we're happy with what we did. The wall that surrounds this whole place, so that's kind of cool and nice. And then this is what the front looks like. Didn't film it before, but I'll film it right now. This is what the parking lot looks like. Lots of space for stuff. And then check out that logo, how it lights up. That's kind of cool, actually. This is a map of what days the park is open to and when. This is what the park used to look like. That's really interesting. So this is the vintage car ride, 40 theater we went on. This coaster was not there. And that's a coaster we did. The coaster that we saw was over here that was out of commission. We forgot to film our usual outro video where we talk about the park, so I'll talk about it right here. This is kind of an expensive park to get to. We actually had to hire a private driver to go there, wait for us while we were at the park, and then, drive us back. And that driver, he was terrible. I wish we would have found someone else. We were just very worried about if we caught an Uber there, would we be able to find an Uber back? And it was just kind of hard communicating with some of these drivers. And so we actually asked our hotel clerk to help set us up with a private driver. And he was amazing. Lapita, amazing hotel. We'll talk about Lapita later. It was the hotel we stayed at for Motion Gate, Bollywood, and Legoland. Overall, though, would we recommend this theme park to everybody? Probably not. Unless you're a diehard theme park fan like we are. You could skip this. In fact, I want you to skip this park. There wasn't much there. It felt a little bit creepy. We were the only ones in the park, and a lot of it felt abandoned. The park definitely had zero budget for improvements. It felt like there's just so much broken and missing with the park. I think eventually it'll be torn down, so I'm glad we were able to do it then. But the state of the park just absolutely crazy. I wish they had the funds and tourists to keep it up, but at one point in time there were 2 parks next to each other. That's where the abandoned coaster was. However, for whatever reason, lack of tourists or something like that, they eventually had to shrink the park into just one, and that's the park we visited. But yeah, that's it for this video. It was interesting, let's just say that.